like to tell you a story about a person that you might know or probably you might not know. I would like to tell you a story of a person who sacrificed himself for this country. I would like to tell you a story about a person who will be the hero, the national hero of this country. Exactly 3 years ago, on 7th of April, 1725, there was a child who will be the next hero of this nation. This child was born in a royal family. And the royal family, the wealth, luxurious. His father was Kanjeng Pangeran Arya Mangkukuwono. And his mother was Raden Mas. His mother was also the daughter of Pangeran Balita. And if you know his name, this child's name is Raden Mas Said. Commonly, a person who is coming in the royal family should live like a royal family. They'll live with wealth and luxurious things, but Raden Mas Said was different. Really different. He was suffering all day through any misery in his freaking life. It was probably the saddest moment at the royal family because of the accession of Pakubuwono II. Pakubuwono II decided to slander and also exiled Raden Mas Said's father to Sri Lanka because he was thinking that Raden Mas Said would be the one who would cause a threat to the place. And because of that, Raden Mas Said was left. And imagine, not only that, under the order of Raden, it was also said that I'm gonna be killing this little child because he probably become my next enemy. Because he probably could avenge his father. But he was felt. He was felt, absolutely felt. And then Raden Mas Said grows up, but also without his mother, because his mother left him. Impoverishment, misery, and suffering is like the whole of his day, every day. And this, in his opinion, could not be separated by the Dutch company, Dutch colonialism, that doing the intervention to the royal family. And because of that, he said to himself that he would never going to be a part of the family, the friend of the Dutch. And everyone who would be the friend of the Dutch, or the Dutch itself, the Dutch company, would probably offend them, would probably slay them, slaughter them, being a part of the peace. And also, Raden Mas Said said, I'd rather die now than have to be a friend of those bastards, this Dutch company, because I don't want to be like them. Raden Mas Said has started his war since he was 14 years old. In his 14 years old with his friend, he was fighting and fought with the people of Kartosuba. 1 year later, when he was 15 years old, he gathered his friend, his brothers, and then he trained himself, and then joined the army of Sunan Kuning. And it's about 16 years after that, he goes through lots of wars, misery, suffering, all the problem in wars he goes through that. And one big phenomenal thing that he did at that time, that was, he was fighting 3 opponents, and 2 of them was the royal family. He was facing 2 royal families from Surakarta and from Nayung Soekarno. And those both of the royal family are supported by the Dutch company. If you imagine that's going to be a really big army, but what Raden Mas Said said, I will fight them, even though they're my family, I will fight them until the end, even though I have to die. And imagine what Raden Mas Said did after that. Raden Mas Said could avenge his father. Raden Mas Said were able to destroy the Dutch detachment in the forest. Even he was able to kill the captain. And not stopping in that moment, Raden Mas Said also was able to destroy any fort in Nayung Soekarno. The biggest revenge ever that made the Dutch really ashamed. Until if we know that many people after that calling him Pangeran Sambernya, because what he did at that time was destroying anything of the Dutch company and making them lose lots of things, including army, supplies, and anything. But after 16 years of war, he realized that war has nothing except the misery to all people of this world. War caused nothing except the suffering to all people, parents, child of Kartoso. And then he finally willing to consider that peace probably would be the best. And he accepted the offer from Pakubunan III, because he was asking Raden Mas Said to stop the resistance. And exactly on 24th of February 1757, the agreement was held in Salatiga, and it's also the sign that the resistance of Raden Mas Said was over. But it's not actually over yet, because after that, Raden Mas Said was appointed as a head. He became the head of government at that moment. And he was become Kanjeng Adipati Arya Mangkunegaran. And his war changed. Not through a war of misery, killing people, no. But he was striving and struggling, building his people, his community. He's building and succeeding in building his economy of these people. He succeeded in building place of worship all over the place. And also he was also succeed in building and developing the culture that probably at that time was almost forgotten. Because the war is not only about sword. War is also about our effort, struggle, to strive the people that we're responsible for. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.